Hey everyone, and welcome back to class. Today we're going to do some yoga to relax and recharge. We all need it, especially this time. Before we begin, I would super appreciate if you press the like button if you subscribe to my channel. It takes a second and it makes me so happy. So I think we are ready to start. Let's take just one big inhale and exhale all the tension of the body out. Let's start by rolling the head right to left, releasing the neck from tension. Relax those shoulders, keep on breathing, and let's take it to the other side. Let's interlace the fingers and push them forward. Engage the upper abs. Inhale, take the hands up. And again, exhale, push the hands forward. Curl the upper back. Exhale and inhale, take the hands up. Really elongating the spine. And let's take our hands, put them on our shoulders, and start to roll the shoulders, making a big circle with our elbows. And I am letting my chest go out and opening and closing the rib cage and the chest. And let's draw both of our hands up and elongate the left side and the right by pulling our hands up. Each time a different hand. Let's put our left hand on the mat and the right hand goes above our head, and let's take it to the other side, really stretching the side body. Let's take it one more time to each side. So to the right, stretching the right side of body and stretching the left. Coming back to center, I'm starting to do a circular motions with my chest, massaging the upper back and the front side body, moving my hips a little bit, really introducing some movement to the hip joints. And let's take it side to side, contracting the side body muscles, engaging the abs. And let's move to all fours for some cat and cow. So really elongating the spine, and from there curling the back and opening the chest, engaging the abs all along. And let's move into a downward facing dog. Walking the dog, it means that I am playing with straightening and bending of the knee, and I'm adding a little bit of my hips there. So I'm going to bend the left knee and take my hips to the left, and then bend the right knee and take my hips to the right. Introducing movement to the hips and to the side body muscles, stretching the body. It feels so good. Let's take our tailbone up and keep our pelvis stable there. We're starting to roll into an upward facing dog, opening the chest, and downward facing dog, pushing from the hands. So I really want to start by curling the tailbone in order to create a rounded shape with my spine, and then opening the chest, creating a wave motion. So taking the chin in, pushing from the hands, and taking it to a downward facing dog. Let's do it one more time. So stretching the calves in a downward facing dog, and then curling, waving my body to an upward facing dog, opening the chest, engaging the abs, and pushing from the hands, from the abs to downward facing dog. Let's do it one more time, taking the tailbone in, opening the chest, inhaling and exhaling, taking my chest in, engaging the upper abs and the lower abs to a downward facing dog. And let's release it to all fours, and from there to a child's pose, letting my hands rest to the sides of the body, inhaling deeply and exhaling, interlacing the fingers and taking the hands up, opening the chest as if someone is pulling my hands up, and release the hands. Let's take them forward and stretch. And let's do it one more time, interlacing the fingers, taking the hands up, opening the chest, pulling the hands up, and curling up vertebrae by vertebrae. So meet me in a sitting position. We are going for some lunges, so take the left leg in front. Before we go down into that lunge, I want to create a circular motion with my hips in order to open the joints. And I'm taking some pulses, very gentle pulses down with the hips, engaging the abs and going up if I can, taking my hands on my waist. If it's too much for you, you can keep your hands on the floor. And opening my chest, I'm testing my flexibility and balance there, really engaging the abs, taking the body a bit forward and back to open the body. And I'm going to twist my left hip out so you can see in the mirror. I am pushing my left hip with my left hand and breathing. I want to open my left hand, take a big inhale, opening the chest, looking at the hand if it's possible, and taking the hand forward. And if someone is pulling my left hand forward, I am stretching the back and going deep into that lunge. We're breathing just a little bit more, and we're going to that runner's lunge. So straightening my left leg, flexing my left leg. I want to elongate the spine, and I like to add a little stretch by holding the feet. It doesn't really matter which hand you're holding the leg, but if I hold my left leg with my right hand, I can create a little bit of a twist and a stretch, and that's an additional stretch, and I like it. Let's come back to the center, going for the other side. So the same thing with the right leg, starting with some circular motions, breathing deep, introducing movement to the hips, going up if possible, holding the waist and taking my body forward and back, trying to open the chest. Really engage those abs and those glutes when you're doing that lunges. And let's just stay there in a low lunge, breathing into the stretch. And taking my left hand down, opening my right hip with my right hand, looking up, creating a twist motion with my spine, opening the right hand, looking at the hand if possible, opening the chest. And let's take our hand forward, really stretching the arm forward as if someone is pulling me through my right hand. I'm elongating the body and taking this back to a runner's lunge. My right leg is flexed. I can hold my feet for additional stretch of the calves. As I mentioned, I prefer holding my right leg with my left hand in order to create another twist and stretch in the spine. Looking back to my left leg. And let's release the stretch. Take our right leg back, and we are starting to roll up. So sitting in a frog position, then straightening the knees and just letting my head hang to a ragdoll pose. Both of my forearms are on each other, and I'm really letting my upper back release and stretch. Swaying from side to side, relaxing in there. And let's bend the right knee and open the left hand, really stretching the left side body. And let's switch it up. So I'm bending the left knee and opening the right hand, opening the chest and breathing. And let's release it. Bend both of our knees. Nod yes with your head and nod no. Bend the knees and continue the motion with the neck. Making sure to take the weight of the body into the toes, not on the heels, because we do want to stretch the legs. And holding the calves, trying to bring the forehead even closer to the legs. And we are going to roll it up. So bend the knees and start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, shaking the hands while you go up, shaking the legs. So for the next stretch, I want to hold the wrist of my right hand with my left hand and stretch it to the left, engaging the abs here. It's a really strong stretch. Let's take it to the other side. So left hand inside of the right hand and stretch it to the right. Come up in the center. Both legs are really grounded into the floor. Shake all the unnecessary tension out of the body. We are starting to do a circular motions, starting from my chest, from my waistline, but not moving the hips yet. Really releasing tension from the body, opening the chest, stretching the upper back. In a second, I'm going to take my right hand and make the movement bigger by going down from the hips. So my hands are like a weight that takes me even further down. Move from your hip joints, and let's take everything to the other side, starting with only head and chest, not moving the hips. Opening the chest when you go back, arching the back. And we are taking the hand with us, going down from the hip joints. Take it up and around, really elongate the spine, stretch everything. Enjoy the movement, breathe. Stopping in the center, just taking my hands side to side, rotating the spine a little bit. Really gentle movement, waking up the body. Supposed to feel good. So I'm taking a wider stance. My legs are wider than hips, and I want to bend forward with a straight back, putting my hands on the floor and moving my hips side to side. If it's not an option, you can definitely bend your knees. Just moving side to side, enjoying the micro movement in the hips. And I'm going to straighten my back and round it and fold forward. So again, just straightening the back, taking a big inhale and folding forward. In the exhale, I'm showing it to you from the side. Really want to elongate the spine and make sure that my hips are staying forward and I'm not taking them back when I'm bending forward. And let's open the left hand here to the ceiling. Open the chest. Breathing deep. Taking the left hand down, opening the right hand. Breathing, enjoying the stretch. And let's release the right hand in the center. We are going to slowly release from this movement. So I'm taking my legs to a hip width apart and bending the knees, rolling up. Slowly, interlacing the finger behind the back, opening the chest, and I'm trying to increase the movement here. So if you can try and take your head back and open the chest even more, and coming up and doing the reverse stretch, which is stretching the upper back. So again, I want to open the chest, shoulder blades together, interlacing the fingers, engaging the abs, engaging the pelvic floor, and only then trying to go back. Really be careful with your back. Be gentle with yourself and do the counter stretch. Let's take the hands up and sway down and up like a rag doll with the upper body, bending the knees while you go down. And again, just swaying our hands side to side, releasing tension from the upper back or from the neck. Taking our hands up, inhaling, exhaling, forward fold, and we're going to bend our knees and move to seated position. So we're almost done. I am going to lay on my back. You are going to join me. I'm taking the right leg into the chest and just enjoying the stretch there for a second. I want to take my right leg to the left side and rotate so my right hand stays on the right side and I'm looking towards the right hand to create a stretch in my neck. And breathe, enjoy the stretch, one of my favorite stretches. Going back to the center, and we do it all to the other side, taking my left knee into the chest and taking the left knee into the right side, opening the left hand, looking at my left hand, creating a good healthy rotation in the back. And let's release it back to center, taking my knees into my chest, and I'm going to roll up to seated. So you can do a few rolls here and stretch your legs while you do that. It's a very good stretch for the back and also a massage. So when I'm rolling down, I am stretching the legs above my head, and when I'm going up, I'm engaging the abs. And we are going to move to a boat pose, just letting your abs work for a second there, holding it. Neck is long, back is long, and the legs are high, abs are engaged. And let's release it there to a butterfly, legs are together. And before we officially finish, let's take our hands together to a prayer position and just give thanks for a few things in our lives that shouldn't be taken for granted. It could be very simple things like this practice this morning, our body, our health, the food on our table, or it could be anything else you want to be grateful for today. Take a moment and sink into that gratefulness. Slowly, slowly open your eyes, and thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed this stretch. I would love it if you give me a thumbs up, if you subscribe to my channel. Write me in the comments below where you're from. I enjoy communicating with you guys. So have a blissful day and see you on my next video. Ciao!